Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. You are now tuned in to the first ever Balcony Boys podcast.
Welcome.
My name is Jackson. I got my boys here with me. We got Kennedy.
A pleasure.
Anderson.
How you doing?
And Erik P. How's it going?
So for today's show, we have something spectacular at hand that we want to talk about. The spectacular, in a way, kind of very bad year of 2020. Mm-hmm. We're going to reflect on that a little bit today with you guys. But not only that, we're going to look forward. We're going to look ahead into the future, and we're going to give some advice and our personal goals for 2021.
And then after that, we got a few segments planned for y'all. Starting off with our heat check.
Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah, which is where we kind of run through our Spotify playlist, Balcony Boys Collection. If y'all want to get into that, the link is in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Check out, kind of what we're listening to every week. And then following that, we got our WYD. What you doing?
What you doing?
And just to close things out, we're going to end with our weekly report card.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to this first episode. We're excited. It's been months in the making. Make sure to give us a sub on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Official Balcony Boys. Like, repost, comment. We love to hear y'all's feedback.
That's right.
So give it to us. With that, without further ado, let's get straight to it.
So.
So let's talk about 2020. What a year, man.
Spectacular.
2020 is going to be one of those years where when I'm a grandfather and I have grandkids and they come on knocking on my door like that, just like that. They come and knocking on my door. Then they ask me, what was 2020
Papa
like?
Ken.
Granddad.
Papa Ken. Ain't that something?
Papa Ken. That's a whole lot of years down the line. I'm not ready for that.
I definitely think that 2020 was the year that we learned the most.
100%. I definitely, I feel like quarantine in itself, kind of forces you to sit there and take a look at yourself.
Reflect.
Yeah.
For sure.
Staring at them four walls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say the big thing for me was patience. I learned that I lacked it.
You do.
I would say definitely quarantine. You're stuck in the house all day, especially with me. I mean, it's kind of sad. I don't really have a lot of friends when I go back home. But so... I'm sitting there in my basement, nothing to do. All I can do is hang out with my family. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed that time with my family. It was a great time. But sometimes your parents just try your patience a little bit. Your family, your siblings try your patience.
Mm-hmm. Beth and Roger, I hope y'all are watching.
Push you. Mom, I promise you...
No hard feelings. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Patience for sure. I need to work on that.
Let me tell you, because when we're in college, we're taking care of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
When mom come up and tell you go take out the trash,
it's different these days.
It's different when I'm taking out the trash on my own time as opposed to when I'm being told to take the trash out.
But let's not get it twisted. Mom's asked me to take the trash out. I'm taking the trash out.
I'm taking the trash out.
Happily.
You gotta take the
You
trash
have
out.
to.
I'm not saying
question.
anything else back. I'm taking the trash out.
It's not a choice.
It's an internal battle. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it might come out sometimes, but I think one thing that I learned during this year, especially during quarantine, like Erik was saying, is that time to yourself is important. It's fun to hang out with friends and family or whoever, but when we were kind of forced to go home and be by ourselves, it was a big time of reflection for a lot of us, and having nothing else to do kind of forced that to the limelight, especially for me. So it was definitely a time of growth. It wasn't a bad year. I mean, it was just different. That's how I would say.
Did y'all pick up any new hobbies or?
I watched Naruto all the way through. Does that count?
No, it doesn't.
I hit the pond a little bit, did a little bit of fishing. That was what I did, which is also just another thing to do by yourself. Sometimes my sister would go, but just out on the pond, on the water, with just you and the fish.
Me and my brother did break out our old 4-wheelers.
Okay.
And we went and rode some trails.
Okay,
that's
fun.
fine.
I did a lot of reading, and I was I cooked with my mom a lot.
Ooh, what you whipping up, Ken? What's the special?
Listen, now a lot of guys who say they can cook, they all say they specialize in one thing, and it's always spaghetti.
That's the standard.
But I would say now, after my quarantine, I specialize in anything noodle related.
Oh, he's a noodle connoisseur.
I'm a noodle connoisseur.
Can't say, hey baby, you want some hamburger helper?
Listen, I can do the Alfredo with
pasta beware
with the bread and the olive oil on the side. Let's talk about it.
Nah,
So anything pasta, you say.
Anything with noodles, I can
it's
say.
you.
I can
only
take
thing
it.
I know how to cook, I can boil some hot dogs. That's about it.
That's right.
Just-
One other thing that I learned, and like this podcast is a great example of it. If you have a lot of creativity inside of you, that was me for a long time, but I had like no way to get it out. You've got to find a way to get it out. I don't care what it is. Like we got Max behind the camera. He does his photography stuff and his art stuff.
Shout out to
Like, that's
Max.
him.
Shout out to Max B.
But even if it's not like that's cool. But like even if it's a different like avenue, like what we're doing,
Yeah.
you got to find some way to get it out. That's a healthy thing to do.
I have had so much fun helping put this together.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You need somewhere to like put that energy.
Yeah.
That energy.
And
You
even
know
when
what I'm
things
saying?
are like tough or something doesn't go right, it's okay because like
Exactly.
you're working towards something. It's a little bit different than just like normal everyday life. So
Of course. Another thing I've learned in 2020 is being positive and like not assuming
Yeah.
what people say about you. Being positive like changes your life because you just go at everything with a different angle. Things just start working. Have y'all ever noticed like things just magically start working out for you if your attitude changes?
true, yeah.
It's
You
manifesting,
you
man.
attract whatever you're putting
Exactly.
out, you
Like
know?
if you wake
Oh,
up out
Beth.
Yeah, that's true.
I went to Eric's crib the other day, and Beth had a sign up, and it said, "Be the energy that you want to attract."
Exactly. You wake up at the bed in the morning. If it could be like the music you're listening to, if anything like puts you in a bad mood, like you get up and it's like, damn, like
Your
this
day's
alarm-
over.
This
It's
alarm's
over.
going on. Everything else is over. But if you wake up, like I've started waking up making my bed, and it's something that's so small, but it sets the tone for the rest of your day.
Yeah.
And I would say something that I definitely want to pick up going into 2021 is kind of, I think it was you that said it the other day. Where,
Yeah, I wake up and I just name off 5 things I'm grateful for.
And
Every
I
Every
think
day.
that's very powerful.
My grandma always told me when I was younger, there's power in your tongue.
Power to ton. That's James.
Hey, so you
We'll talk
hop,
about
you
it.
hop up, you get something good off your tongue, you're gonna have a good day.
What are some things that y'all would want to change going into 2021?
Dude, something I want to change going into 2021, and I've been trying to change this for much of my life, is just my emotions and learning how to control
Control your
them
emotions.
and like exhibit them in healthy ways and not just be like angry as my only emotion. Angry or happy. Like those are my only 2 emotions. Literally. I want to change that.
I think one thing that I want to change going into 2021 is like how present I am. This is something that we've talked about off camera, as I just smacked my mic there. But like our minds as humans spend so much time worrying about the future and about the past, both of which we cannot control. And
What's your
I
quote?
know- I know Heiser has some
Don't
wisdom
even
about
make
this.
me bring up
What-
Kung Fu Panda, man.
What's your quote?
Yeah, but I know y'all remember the tortoise, the like master tortoise.
The wise tortoise.
The wise tortoise.
Yeah.
The wise tortoise.
I mean, he was off saying some, Poe is the panda's name, right? Jack Black. He was saying something wild. I saw this on TikTok. It was something wild, and then he just says, "The past is history, the future is a mystery, but the present is a gift." And I've just been kind of trying to live my life around that kind of, don't stress on the past, don't stress on the future. Put all your energy into what you're doing right here and now.
That's a bar.
That is.
That's a bar.
Ken, what you trying to change, bro?
I'll tell you one thing that I want to change is to my grandmother used to always say this: you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You should always listen more than you speak.
I like that.
And what I have a tendency to do when I'm talking like in any environment, like whether it's like more professional or more casual, like I'm always thinking of what I'm going to say next as opposed to actually listening to the person. And I just want to be a better listener overall. And I think you understand other people's perspectives better, and it makes you think differently.
Whenever somebody does something against you, my automatic assumption is like, oh, they were out to get me. Like, so they have some reason to not like me, and they're doing this because of that. But like Ken said, they've lived an entire life that you could never see.
You don't
and
know what the hell people are going through.
There's a reason that they did that, even if it doesn't make sense to you. And that's something we could all do a better job of, I think.
100%. Something else that I wanted to work on was to kind of stop creating the obstacles that I face in my like day-to-day life. Because I feel too often I'm kind of, the creator of my problems.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, self-inflicted problems. And that is one thing that I need to completely cut out of my life for 2021.
What this all boils down to is that 2020 was very different. They kind of exposed us to a whole kind of new lifestyle for months. And the effects of that are going to continue to go on to this year. but there's areas that we can grow. And like, don't let, even if 2020 was terrible for you, which it was for a lot of people, you cannot let that affect your next year. There's only uphill from here.
You gotta look forward.
That's right.
I look forward. Like I said, the present is a gift.
Y'all give the fans some wisdom. What's some advice you want to give to everyone as we're going into this new year?
I mean, something I had written down for things I wanted to change in 2021 that I completely forgot about when we were talking about it, but I literally have written down: surround myself with the energy I want to attract. And I feel like we need to stress that a second time, like that.
Yes.
There's nothing that you're gonna see a bigger change in your life like as quick as you will by changing your attitude and attracting the energy you want to attract.
Going along with that, like the people that you surround yourself with can also have a big impact on that. Not even like, people always say like peer pressure, all that stuff. I don't even think it's so much as that. I think it's like their mindset and their attitude. Like the people that you surround yourself with will end up affecting you. I don't think it's in the sense of like, oh, they're going to pressure you to do stuff. Like I think we're kind of old enough now to where that doesn't affect us as bad as it might have used to. But just the way that your friends or your coworkers or whoever, the way that they live and the way that they're treating other people can rub off on you. So I would say, maybe for our listeners out there, if you've been struggling with your friend group or, the people you live with or whoever it might be, just kind of reevaluate who's in your life and what they're giving to you. I think that could be really useful for the
Erik,
audience out there.
What are you giving to me?
What do you give
I'm just
me in
gonna
our ignore
friendship?
that, and we're gonna move on to.
You see what that
another
means?
thing
That
I
means
wanted
Erik
to
doesn't give
add.
me a thing in our friendship.
Okay. Something that I'd like to stress as well is just not taking anything for granted. We said it earlier.
Y'all know I could talk forever about
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Time.
That's the key
concept
word
of
for Ken.
Time.
Sets them off
Keyword.
every time. Yeah, I would say that is something that we often lose sight of. Things that we should be grateful for. Too often we get fixated on all the wrong things that are happening in our lives.
Exactly.
Absolutely. If I could leave y'all with something going into 2021, I would say that you shouldn't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to take some leaps of faith, try something new, and just do all of that with your best foot forward. No matter how the situation looks, how you're feeling, just take your best foot forward, and everything will be okay. Just ask Erik.
I'm gonna go a little more lighthearted.
All right.
Have more fun. Find more ways to enjoy yourself. Because usually what I tend to do is I'm an overthinker. I overanalyze every single situation. It's almost like I'm watching my life in third person.
Same, yeah.
And I'm watching everybody's like facial reactions to what I do and what I say. And it makes me I'm so like insecure about myself that I can't even like really enjoy when, I'm around my friends or, I'm around a group. Just not worrying about what other people think so much. You feel me?
I feel like that's tough for a lot of people.
It is.
Yeah.
Because like we all naturally like, everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to,
No, definitely.
when people are around me, I want you to enjoy yourself. But don't take yourself too seriously. Like some things that you think might be a big of a deal aren't really that big of a deal. Just relax, kick it.
Like the stuff that we worry about people thinking about us, like people don't think about other people. They really just think about themselves. Like, honestly, like I think about my own mind and like how much of my time is spent worrying about other people. Very little at all, if not any. Like I'm just worrying about what I'm doing. And, it's hard to understand that that's also what everyone else is doing.
Thinking.
Because
So,
again, we're so self-centered.
Yeah.
We are.
But try to keep that in mind.
Here's an
listeners.
interesting look at it. Well, if you're looking at someone worried about what they think of you, and they're thinking the same thing about you.
Oh, they probably are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
They probably are.
I feel like that's
So, hey, don't care what people think about you, man. Do you live life?
That's the balcony boys message right there.
Listen, do you and live life, man.
message.
That's right.
Whatever that means for you, you go do it.
Live your life.
All right, well, I think that we can call it a wraps on the 2020 discussion. Next, we will be having our heat check, so stay tuned.
Heat check. It's getting, y'all, I know it's cold outside. It's January. Like, it's time to heat up. It's time to heat up.
All right, everyone. Y'all already know what time it is.
Wait. What time is it, Erik?
Anderson, can I get a little help on this one? That's right, y'all. It's time for the heat check.
Heat check.
It's getting hot.
Check.
All right, so let's just hop right into it. My first song of the week, I had to throw in some Sonder Brent with What You Heard. but it is a vibe. I've been listening to this song nonstop for the past week, but just the beat switch, it's just beautiful. I love everything about it. So my second song, I actually threw in some Jack Harlow off
The boy.
the new album that he dropped.
Feat Adam Levine.
Yeah,
What a
same
compliment.
guy.
What a compliment.
Same guy featuring Adam Levine. I don't know if I've heard a song this groovy in a minute.
It's amazing. It's a very good song.
It's groovy.
It's good.
Next song, classic, Sensual Seduction. Snoop Dogg.
Sensual seduction.
No, I will say I put this on the playlist because of a TikTok I saw. I'm sure y'all have seen it. You know, the dudes contemplating their feelings for cartoon characters. Let's sprinkle some in there. There was Miss Incredible, the chick. Oh, the villain,
Possible.
the like Kim Possible's alter.
The fish from Shark Tales.
The fish from Shark Tales. The chick from Danny Phantom with the dark hair.
Also, just want to put out there, Erik has been playing this song non-stop.
In the hallway.
Non-stop, on repeat.
At school.
In the car. In my room. In his room. On
Out
the
loud
balcony,
on his phone.
In our living room. Just on repeat, non-stop. Sensual Seduction by Snoop Dogg.
Well, hold on. Y'all are giving me a lot of flack for this, but the song's a certified heater.
It is.
We can
It
agree.
is.
So I threw in some Masego, Mystery Lady off the EP featuring Don Toliver. So groovy. I love it. Masego, I just don't know if he's capable of missing.
He doesn't miss.
And Don's on the come up too. We love some Don Toliver.
We do.
La 421.
421, we endorse Don Toliver.
Just to end off my 5 sacrifices: Drake, 2 Chainz, Young Thug. Not gonna lie, everybody just kind of hit a home run with their verses on this song.
That is true.
Especially Young Thug, kind of killed it. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I expect nothing less from these 3.
Of course. I mean, anytime they get together, you know it's gonna be a heater.
Quality.
For sure.
Quality,
All right, Anderson. So you want to move into yours?
I will get into my 5. I put a lot of thought into my 5 this week. So starting off, I have All Falls Down by Kanye West.
Ooh.
Talking about just a groovy, like, good time song.
That's why you always see me with at least 2 of my watches.
Like, literally, like, this is one of those songs I remember, like, riding around with my mom,
Yeah.
listening to this song on the radio and just
fine.
thumping with me madre.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I got Dang! Exclamation point by Mac Miller and Anderson Paak.
Smooth.
Another very groovy song, which I expect nothing less from these two. Whenever anything they do, I will say they have some misses, but it's rare.
And I would say this album is hard to find misses.
It is hard to find misses on.
Also, as a side note,
because that is
we're
the
all
vibe,
fans. Just want to say this. Rest in peace to the great Mac Miller.
The great Mac Miller.
The great Mac Miller.
Rip.
Thanks, Kim, for the moment of silence.
That was beautiful, Ken.
I had to say that.
But next up, I have Bad Idea by YBN Cordae and Chance the Rapper. Now, I was obsessed with Chance the Rapper for a large portion of my life. I would say all of high school I was.
But
A huge but.
He
He has disappointed me a lot lately. I want to get the camera in on me, Max.
I love my wife.
Chano, if you're watching this, pick it up, son. That's all I gotta say. Pick it up. Don't do better. Be better.
wow.
Hey, we're
That's all I gotta
disappointed.
say.
Anderson's
Hey,
disappointed.
But this song right here, this is a hit. Good job on it. Good verse. You dropped a good verse on it. But yeah, Cordae, I've been feeling Cordae. I like
Corday's
him.
cool,
He's
man.
a cool kid.
Nice,
He's a kid.
nice.
Yeah.
He's a child.
He's
Kid.
a child, but he can spit.
Yeah.
He can spit. Next up, I got arguably the GOAT. Erik says I throw that term around too
because you
much.
do.
You do.
It seems
But
like
I
every
real
feel
loose
like-
with the GOAT
I
term.
feel like for this man right here is acceptable. Can't get enough by the J. Cole
Jermaine.
and Trigger Trey songs.
Trigger Trey.
Trigger
Yeah.
Trey. Now these two hopping on the track together, I don't know what I would expect if I had never heard this song, but it is beautiful. This is an amazing song. It's a very nasty song, but that's okay. Sometimes we need some nasty songs.
The
This
song,
is a
hey, regardless,
nasty
the song's heat though.
It's heat.
It
I
is.
didn't say it
It is
wasn't.
a good song.
I wouldn't put it on this playlist.
Whenever I listen to the song, I always forget that Trey song.
I forget it's Trey Songz singing sometimes.
because it doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't, but he did a great job.
He did a
But
fantastic
both
job.
of these artists did a fantastic job on this song, and I think
And they're fantastic artists.
they are fantastic artists. I love both of them.
But speaking of another fantastic artist, the fantastic artist, if I say so myself, one Mr. Frank Ocean.
Okay,
That's the real GOAT.
One Mr. Frank Ocean. He is the real GOAT. In my opinion,
he's on the wall.
Hey,
He's
y'all
hanging
see
up
it?
He's on this wall.
Twice.
He's on the wall
Twice.
twice. He's on the wall twice.
This man Frank Ocean is hanging up above my bed currently.
I've got him.
He watches over me every night.
I've got him hanging over the desk, just so I stay centered. He lets me know why I'm here.
Nice.
Pink and White, Frank Ocean is one of his most elite songs. It is, I would say, it's in my top 3 Frank Ocean songs. Man.
Wow.
And now that list changes almost weekly.
Yeah.
But currently, this is in my top 3 Frank Ocean songs. Pink and White. Songwriting's beautiful. Production's beautiful. The album that it's on, Blonde, beautiful album. No misses.
No
Dare I say perfect?
That's a 10. That's
Dare
a
I
safe
say
10.
perfect?
That's a
Hey,
safe
I said
10.
it. Perfect.
And I'm not even like, it's like a certainty. Like I'm not even worried.
No.
Like it's a 10.
I'm not worried.
No.
I'm not even worried about
And Frank, you keep doing what you're doing. Except
drop.
not dropping an album. I need you to drop
Yeah,
something.
just
Please.
drop.
But
Please.
keep doing what you're doing. You're doing
it.
great.
This man sitting in the hyperbolic chamber, just sitting on music.
Jackson,
Yeah.
what are you
Talk
bumping
to
this week?
All right, Anderson. Let me break it down for y'all. First off, starting out with some British boys. We got Arctic Monkeys, Fluorescent Adolescent. It's a little bit of a tongue twister when you say it, but
But I would say I'm not a big Arctic Monkeys guy, but every Arctic Monkeys song that I've listened to, I've enjoyed.
there you go. You need to dive in more because they're
I
solid.
feel like I do.
They're solid. This is a good one. Nice little fun song. Not much to it, but it gets the job done. Moving on to my second pick. Honestly one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life. I think I know Erik would agree with this.
I agree.
We got Travis Scott, 90210.
Yeah.
Shout out Bo Roberts.
Yeah, with the vocals from
Big shout out.
Casey Hill, who kills her. I've never heard her, but she kills her part.
Who's the model at the beginning too? Like
Oh, I don't know.
What's her name?
Sean.
Well, you'll
Jeffries,
see.
Jeffries.
There'll be a picture of her.
Yeah, she'll come up. She'll come up
see it.
there.
Yeah,
You'll see it.
yeah. Chantal Jeffries. That's who
There
it
you go.
is.
There
That's
you
who it
go.
is.
There's just,
Oh,
there's,
Wet like
what?
my jumper though.
let's have
she's out of pocket on the beginning of that song.
let's have a conversation about her.
Wow.
Okay.
Boom.
Anyway,
Wow.
90210 is a fantastic song with a fantastic beat switch, which I'm always a fan of the beat switch.
Beat
Pretty much,
switches
it doesn't really matter
are ideal.
what's going on. If you throw a beat switch in a song, I'm probably gonna listen to it.
That's true.
Moving on to my number 3 pick, another just fantastic cut. We got some Miguel with Adorn. This is my introduction to Miguel. I was in like probably 8th grade, and I was like, "Who is this dude?"
Hit
He
it,
is
Ken.
fire.
I know Ken wants to hit some of the vocals. Come
Let's hear
on.
it, Ken.
And here's the thing about
Ken's
Miguel.
being shy.
He has not aged since Jackson discovered him in 8th grade.
That's true.
Little
He's
fun
the same
fact.
person,
Nope.
and his voice has not changed. He's
No.
still just as talented as
He's
you.
got
Miguel's
the
a
pipes.
robot. Miguel is a robot.
Certified pipes.
He's amazing. Moving on to my number 4 pick.
Pause.
A collaboration between 3 artists that you would never think would get together. We got Jay-Z, Kanye, and Otis Redding with Otis,
Yeah.
which I know Anderson loves this
I
song.
love this song.
Just the sample.
Just
they
going from the
use,
sample to what you're ultimately
Got
getting.
the dum-
The
dum-
beat is basically just Otis Redding just barking
Going
into a
nuts.
microphone, just screaming his head off. But they
The song is hard.
Yeah.
Kanye and Jay-Z go in on this.
And the
one.
music video is cool, man.
It is,
Like,
it is.
And it's a simple music video, but
Yeah.
I guess it's because the song's just so fun.
Welcome back for the next segment. Very special one. Very excited. It's called "What You Doing."
What you doing?
What you doing?
Kind of to break it down a little bit, we had the idea of like a "Would you rather" type deal, but we kind of wanted to put our own spin on it. So what we're gonna do is we are going to give some scenarios to each other where there's 2 options, and we're just gonna ask,
What you doing?
"What you doing?"
What you doing?
So to start it off, I'm going to go around. We'll start with Kennedy, work to Heiser. The first question that we have is kind of a deep one.
Okay.
So let's say that you got 2 buttons. Okay.
2 buttons.
One will pause your life where it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want, but time stops. The second one is a rewind button, so you can go back and then change whatever you want to.
That's tough.
So are we talking? Do we have access to this remote for like the rest of our lives? Are we just gifted this?
I was thinking it was a one-time deal. You can either
Oh,
pause it right
Wow.
now.
Wow. Okay.
A one-time deal.
that's actually that switches things up
That
because
makes
I was
things
definitely
interesting.
I was definitely gonna say rewind
Yeah.
if I could just use it every day.
A lot.
Yeah, you mess up, but you go rewind, go right back to it, fix your mistake.
My take on this,
Mr. Time here.
I think this point in my life right here is a great time to pause.
Okay. God, he loves time.
Loves
long,
time.
I got a
Because-
question for you, Ken.
What? What's up?
How long are you gonna leave the show of your life on pause until you decide to resume it again?
Not too long, because so if I'm on pause, right, I'm not gonna go like experience everything. Like I'm not gonna go like travel, because it's not gonna be as fun. Feel me? I'm gonna take my pause time to like learn a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Like do some research.
Okay.
Just learn about, because now I have unlimited time basically. That's what it is. You get unlimited time. If you rewind, you only get the time that you lost. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. Watson?
Pausing, you have a lot more to go with.
I think I'm gonna pause it too.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not big on the whole like rewind and like change things. Like, you know, I'm where I'm at for a reason. I feel like that gets into a weird territory if you try to go back and fix stuff. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
know.
who knows? Maybe I'll go back and do it the exact same way.
That's true.
Possibly.
But then you've wasted your rewind.
That's true. That's why you should pause it.
Well, now that I know it's just a one-time use kind of deal, I'm really thinking about it. But I'm still going to say rewind. Because I am a person who, my life is filled with, I don't want to call them regrets.
Ooh. Heavy word.
Heavy word.
But they're regrets. They're regrets. I've done some things in life that I do regret. And I would
Things
say,
you wish you did better.
Nah, I'm a leave regret.
Wow.
Just so you shouldn't have done them.
Yeah, I just shouldn't have done them. I'm gonna say I would go back and right my wrongs.
I'm definitely going to take a similar approach because, like Anderson, us in 421, accident prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some things that I wish I could redo. So I'm definitely taking the rewind on that one.
Taking the rewind.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the next question. A question where you can gain the skills of two people who are just the best at their craft.
The best.
One button's going to give you the powers of Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen,
Chef Evans.
Whipping.
and the other one is going to give you the powers of Michael Jackson
Easy.
on the mic.
In the studio.
Yeah, this is easy.
So I'm going to hit Ken with it first.
You know, so the original version of this question, and this is no disrespect to Whitney Houston, but the original version of this question was, would you rather cook like Gordon Ramsay or sing like Whitney Houston? Michael Jackson completely changes this question for me because he's the best to ever do it. Whitney's the best to ever do it, but Michael Jackson is the best to ever.
That makes no sense.
It makes plenty of sense.
Okay.
It makes plenty of sense. Like,
I'm going to correct what Ken said, and I'm going to say Whitney's not the best to do it. Because Michael Jackson is the best to ever do it.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I think for me, I'm gonna have to go with MJ's singing skills. It's always something that I've like envied. Like Anderson can sing, I cannot sing. I want to be able, like whenever there's a microphone near in like a social setting, if someone needs a song, I want to be able to get up there and just kill it.
Oh yeah.
And if I had the voice of Michael Jackson, first of all, I'd probably keep it a secret from my friends for like years. That way that
Just
whenever
bust it
the
out
time
on
struck,
Just bust it out on
I could come out and give the performance of a lifetime.
Smooth coming on.
And like not being a good chef, you can still get stuff cooked, right? But like
That's
MJ,
true.
there's only you can sing or you can't.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with that.
Man, that's
Okay. This question is really tough for me. It's really personal for me because it's two things that I would say I enjoy to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that I like to think I'm kind of good at. So, but cooking like Gordon Ramsay or singing like MJ, those are just like, those two are the top tier, top two and not number two of each of those categories. And I'm just going to say, I can sing a little bit, but to sing like Mike,
That's different.
that's different. But to cook like Gordon Ramsay is also different. So I'm gonna go on with the trend, and I'm gonna say I would take Mike's voice
Yeah, it's a good pick.
over cooking.
Yeah. Look, this question was a little too easy in my opinion. Cooking is cool and everything, and I'm not well versed in the realm of cooking, so I can't verify whether or not Gordon Ramsay's the GOAT. I mean, I've watched my fair share of Hell's Kitchen. It's great reality TV. But come on, to have the opportunity to be able to sing like Michael Jackson, who would turn that down? Like that, literally, I'll go make a hit. And then have somebody, like, pay somebody to make me some food.
That's
bro.
true. That's
I'll
very
pay
true.
Gordon Ramsay.
You could pay
bro.
Gordon.
I could pay Gordon Ramsay to make me some food. Easy question.
If you
And
sing
here-
That
like
is
Mike,
question's too easy.
Way too easy.
But here's an interesting take on this question. So when talking about cooking and singing is something, they're both skills. But cooking is more of a skill like Gordon Ramsay trained to become like a cook. Like you can read a book. You can you cook to become a good cook.
You can't practice to sing like Michael.
God given.
I believe you
Can't
can learn to
practice.
sing, you can take vocal lessons and all that. But Michael Jackson's voice is nothing but God given ability.
That's true. That's very
Enough
true.
said.
Nothing but God given ability.
Enough said.
That's a great analysis there, fellas.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, fellas. Well, I'd say that this is another successful integration of the What You Doing segment of the Balcony Boys podcast.
Yes, sir.
But in the future, we'd love some fan involvement. So if y'all ever got some scenarios that you'd be wondering, I wonder what the Balcony Boys podcast, hey, what you doing?
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We got the email inbox, official balconyboys@gmail. Email us a few questions. We'd love to answer them for y'all.
And hey, also comment below what you doing.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Listen in, folks. Class is in session.
Ooh.
Hey, but for real though, y'all heard him right. Class is in session.
It's in session.
And it's time to get some report cards. So fellas, basically, if you don't know what a report card is, we're going to take different topics that are going on just in our lives, in the news, in music, and we're going to give them a grade on our report card. So starting off, the first week or so, a few days of school, Eric, what grade are you giving? What grade are you giving that and why?
What grade you
I'm
give?
going to tell you, my first few moments back on campus, going to classes and whatnot, hasn't been ideal.
Okay.
How so?
How so, you ask? I would say, number one, I've got a quiz every other day now. So I was planning on taking an entire week off for spring break. Gonna have to, I guess, just, do really well on all the quizzes before that and then just tank for
There you
like
go.
the week,
There you go.
get 2 zeros.
There you go.
Tough.
I don't know if there's a right answer to that.
There's not. That wasn't it.
Yeah, well, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing anyways. So,
You gotta plan that shit out though.
yeah, I mean, I got to make sure I get all the good right grades. But speaking of grades, I'm going to give it a D-. So, look, he still passed. Hey, he passed. No, he passed.
Oh, he's like on the borderline.
But
we're calling
just
it
barely.
D pass.
He gets the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets the credit, but
Took a hit on his GPA.
yeah, tanked his GPA.
He's here, but he ain't feeling it.
No.
Yeah.
Anderson, what you grading your return to school?
My return to school, it's been cool. It's been real chill. I like my classes. I have had some issues with some of my classes, getting into them. But overall, I feel like I'm gonna give it a C, an even C.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an even C.
Okay.
Because it hasn't been like amazing.
He's just average.
yeah, he's average. It hasn't been amazing, but
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Let me tell you how I know this man Anderson is enjoying coming back to school. Today we were in the UC and he told me that during his last class he actually ordered Wingstop. So he's big chilling.
Hey,
Yeah,
big
man.
challenge.
Big time.
For mine, I'm gonna go with a B. It's been good. It's good to be back. The only thing I will say is that the first 2 or 3 days of classes always feel like they last at least 72 hours each.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll tell you something else about this week. I knew it was going downhill when sitting through my first class on Thursday. Right afterwards, I was contemplating whether or not I should skip my only other class on Tuesday and
Already?
Thursday.
Oh,
Already.
gosh, those are some.
It was international
Scary
relations.
thought
I
there,
was
man.
actually in there with y'all two. That first class, I was like, this ain't it.
And part of the reason that I didn't go with an A is because international relations, I thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but we got a grade every single day in that class. So
Exactly.
we're going to see about that one, but I'm going to give mine a B. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken?
I'm gonna go with a B-. I've enjoyed myself. I'm not gonna give it an A. I'm not gonna give it a B+. I'm not gonna say it's close to excellent,
This ain't Disney World. I mean,
Come on.
but
We're not
You know,
handing out
it's-
participation grades.
Yeah.
we're not. But I mean, came to the class, studied a little bit. Wasn't the best student, but B-. We'll go to B-. I've enjoyed
cool.
myself.
cool.
All right, so next up, fellas, we just got back from break. So I want to hear how y'all felt about your breaks. What grade are you giving your Christmas break?
See, I'm actually giving my Christmas break an A. Opposite
Okay.
side of the
Wow.
spectrum, man. Yeah, had a great break. Got to see my grandparents. It was kind of stressful making sure everything was ready, with COVID and everything for my grandparents to be able to come down for Christmas. But yeah, that was fun. That and I got to go to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
never-
weddings.
yeah,
We
and-
know about weddings.
Yeah.
Weddings are fun.
Weddings are fun. It's a good time.
Weddings are fun.
But yeah, I never really get to see that family that much. So, A for me.
My Christmas break, I'm gonna give him an A++.
Oh,
Wow.
like,
Bonus point.
Wow.
He did all his work. He came to every class. He came to office hours. He did some extra credit.
Wow.
You showed some real interest.
He
in
ended
the
up
class.
with
Some
115 in the class.
Wow.
Goodness.
But yeah, my break was so dope. Hanging out with my little brother, riding 4-wheelers, shooting stuff.
Good looks.
Got to see my grandparents. I love my grandparents. I would die for them. Grandparents, if you're watching this, y'all the realest alive. What else did I do over Christmas break? A lot of nothing, actually. Just laying in bed, like
And sometimes
Just
like,
chilling.
that's-
A lot of
sometimes you need
nothing.
it.
That's good.
Just
That's
laying
one of
in
my favorite
bed,
activities.
chilling, doing nothing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
And it helped. It was nice. It was nice.
Good. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to back here. I'm giving mine an A+ too. Just a fantastic break, man. I did pretty much everything I wanted to do. I got to go for my sister's birthday to the Melting Pot, which is just a dining experience.
Fondue.
Melting Pot gets an A+ also.
I mean, you're talking about some
High
of the best
quality.
food you will ever eat in your life.
And you're dipping it in cheese.
You're making it yourself.
You're cooking it.
You're
Yeah.
literally cooking
Yum.
it. My mom threw like a little piece of lettuce that came on the plate into the oil and like almost burned down Melting Pot. But
Wow.
it was a
The
fun
whole
experience,
place.
man. What, like where else?
Didn't
are you
realize that
gonna-
was a fire hazard.
No, it is. Don't put lettuce in hot oil. But like where else are you getting that kind of experience? It's good stuff. So yeah, A+ for me. No complaints at all.
Perfect.
Solid. I'll go with an A, not an A+.
Kennedy didn't have
'Cause-
enough time.
Cause I'm a routine guy. Like on break, like I just kind of was. My schedule is like whatever I feel like doing, I'm doing. But like I'm in school, I'm comfortable, I'm in my routine. I got my schedule, things what I know exactly what I need to do
I feel that.
throughout the entire day.
I feel that.
So that's why I removed the plus. But I enjoyed myself. Spent time with the fam. Spent New Year's with the fam. Spent Christmas with the fam.
Good stuff.
We all hopped on a Zoom call for Christmas, and Kennedy ended up being like the technology expert. So I had to help like my aunties and uncles like all connect to the Zoom. It was a whole hour deal. I know y'all out in the audience definitely have experience with, you plug in an HDMI cord around your family.
Oh.
You think you're like an engineering expert.
Yeah.
We got Steve Jobs on our hands if you know how to control alt delete. I mean,
100%.
seriously,
And
you
I will
can
say,
blow some
I will say
minds.
that
Yeah.
that is one of the worst things about being home is just because I, know how to operate my computer means that I am tasked with fixing everything that's wrong
That's
with
true.
the technology in the
That's
house.
true.
They say you should like code, like you should work in IT or something like that. Like no, I'm not.
I'm glad y'all boys had a good break. I'm glad to be back with y'all, getting back to work. So the last thing we're gonna grade on our report card,
And most importantly,
most importantly, but we did get a
Christmas present.
Christmas with
not a
Carti.
Christmas present. This
Some coal.
a very highly anticipated album by one Playboi Carti. So I want to hear, what are y'all grading Playboy's Carti Christmas present that he
Okay.
gave us?
I actually want to go last on this one because I
Oh,
feel
wow.
like I've got kind of a controversial grade.
We'll start
I
with
want to
Anderson.
hear, I want to hear
Okay.
what y'all have
We'll
to
start with
say.
Anderson.
Eric's starting to like it now. I'm gonna still. I'm not gonna say it failed. I'm gonna give it a C minus.
C
I'm gonna give it a C minus. Not because of Playboi Carti at all. He was terrible the entire album.
Wow.
But some of the production in that album was very hard. But for the most part, I did not like Playboi Carti. I hate Playboi Carti now.
Hate.
Playboy, yeah. Hey, you missed the birth of your child playing PlayStation with Little Uzi.
First of all, that little clip from Iggy
Classic.
is so hard.
It was so funny.
That needs to be saved and added and put in as like an intro to a Carti song in the future. I feel.
But here's the thing: I don't think Carti should make another song after.
Wow.
That. So,
He should retire, end his career.
Hang up the
Always.
cleats.
but Jackson, what did you think about it?
All right, folks. I'll be honest with you. We were all in the group chat when this first dropped, and we were clowning him. Like, this was
100%,
on first listen. This is one of the least enjoyable things I've ever heard in my life.
It ruined my
Seriously.
Christmas.
But, and that's a strong but, as time has progressed, and I think Erik feels the same way as me, it's starting to grow on me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Every little weird voice thing he does is starting to sound a little less weird. Like that. It's starting to sound a little less weird. Every time it like chips away a little bit. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting in the feel. I know what he's trying to do. I'm gonna give it a C+.
Oh hell yes. I love that.
Let's hear it, Ken.
Fellas, I'm surprised that y'all are going, because I know y'all are going in the complete opposite direction that I'm about to go.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with a D minus. He
still passed.
barely passed by the skin of his teeth. And the only reason why he passed by the skin of his teeth is because of a couple of songs. Majority, specifically the one with Kanye, and the couple songs that are on there that are produced by Pierre. Pierre Bourne absolutely carries Playboi Carti. Like
I'll
it's
speak
not
on
even.
a few songs.
And Kanye carried that song.
Kanye carried that song.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. I'll wait my turn.
100%.
Best moment of the album happens on that song, and it's not from Kanye.
And it's not Kanye.
Sorry.
Hot take.
Wow.
Hot take.
We'll let Erik do his rendition.
Okay.
Of it.
Well, I don't expect it to be from Kanye, considering it's not Kanye's album.
Yeah.
Why
but-
can't Carti do that every song
Okay.
on the album?
No, that's
if his album.
That's a good point.
But let me tell you,
Like-
I
don't care.
I can probably count after that first listen. I probably listened to the album once after that. Any song on the album, probably like once or twice after that, and I just have not been listening to Playboi Carti. I don't know if I've like outgrown him, but he's just like when I listen to that album, it's just like gets on my nerves. Like I want to play something different, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling
Strong.
I'm interested
strong
to hear
words.
your grade, Erik P.
Okay. Well, I would like to add, before I give my grade, first listen, I'm kind of in Anderson's boat. I had been anticipating this album. I consider myself not like a high key Carti fan. Like I love Carti, but
Yeah.
I like Carti.
yeah, I'm
Carti's cool.
Carti is cool. Like
Carti was cool.
Until
Okay.
he started
To be
releasing all
honest
that
with you, Carti was
demon
cool.
merch.
I will say, the Demon merch kind of scared me a little bit, especially considering I thought the shorts were kind of hard.
Eric like
We
a
reviewed-
pair.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I never.
He does admit to liking some of the movies.
Listen,
Yeah, I never
viewers.
would have purchased it. I
Viewers,
just
listen.
said
No, he said he might purchase them.
I never said
Listen,
that.
viewers.
I literally said I would
Playboi
not. purchase.
Carti released merch for this album, and there's a pair of shorts with the upside down cross on them. And guess which one of the Balcony Boys thought it was hard?
I mean,
Eric Paul
Eric
Heiser.
Paul Heiser.
first of all,
We rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to everyone that I let down.
Don't tell us sorry. Tell Jesus sorry.
Yeah,
Bro, he
mainly the
strike,
man
he gonna strike you
upstairs.
down with lightning.
Lord.
But
right
anyways, let me get back to my grade. Okay,
now. Talk about it.
I hated it. I was very disappointed. I would have given it an F after first listen.
Mm-hmm.
I would too.
Second listen comes around. I'm still not enjoying it.
Okay.
I'm understanding it.
I'm understanding it a little bit. I get where he's coming from.
Understanding.
I get where he's coming from.
Oh my.
I hear what he's saying.
Third listen. I'm nodding my head. I'm like, okay.
I saw it firsthand. I
Yeah.
saw the transition happen firsthand in this
okay.
room.
And I'm going to tell you the grade I gave this album, B-. He just made it past the C mark.
That's high.
And I would say I gave him a B- based on recent listening, like just how much I've kind of started up to just give it another shot, which I encourage everyone to give this album another shot. And
It doesn't deserve it.
I'm gonna give you 3 songs that I listened to off this album that are extremely hard. First is the "Go to the Moon" with Kanye, and like I said, Kanye did his thing. It was
Kanye put the team on his back.
okay. It was cool, but then into Kanye's verse, you hear something. You're like,
What's going on?
what's going on here?
Someone's
And
coming.
then you hear what? What? Go to the moon, Carti, and then the beat comes in. That's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I started going nuts after that. Okay. Second song,
What?
Vamp Anthem. As soon as I heard that organ, first listen.
Sounds like the
First
Count
listen.
from Sesame Street.
Yeah, no. You
Okay.
hear Lord Voldemort's theme song.
No.
Yeah. Do like when the bass comes in, that's just
I'm not
hard.
even gonna lie, that beat is hard.
That beat is so hard.
But
And
Carti sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
right
did
now.
Carti...
when the band's outside, little hole, you better be ready.
See, no. What is that? No.
He
Okay,
sounded
well,
absolutely horrible.
anyways, moving on. Another Pierre beat. I Love You, I Hate You. That song is so
that
hard.
beat is so hard.
That's the song. That's the
That's the
hardest. That's the
song.
Yeah,
hardest
that's the
song on the
song.
album. That's the hardest song.
And,
on the album.
I just feel like overall, yeah, the album's growing on me. I'm sticking with my B- score.
Well, I am impressed with y'all's report cards. I'm slightly surprised. I think our biggest takeaway from all of this is that Playboi Carti is on heavy drugs, and so is Erik.
Yeah, okay.
So with that, we'll see y'all next week, and y'all have a blessed week.
Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a follow on TikTok. We're going to be dropping clips,
All the time.
videos all week.
We're about to make a TikTok right now.
Maybe.
Don't miss out.
Hey,
Don't
I
miss
just
out.
want to say real quick, JWad to the camera. You just witnessed a moment in time. This first episode is going to mark something great. Thank you for tuning in. Eric,
Talk about
you
it.
got any parting words?
Just peace. Thank you for, coming along for the ride. First episode. Excited.
Peace, love, and happiness, people.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good week.
Adios.
See y'all.
We out.